G'day legends, in this video we're going to be talking about Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington and how they both want another shot at the title. I love this part of a new challenger winning the belt. Let's set the table correctly, okay? As we all know, at UFC 304, in the early hours of the morning for the British, Belal Muhammad shocked the world and beat Leon Edwards in the most dominant looking close fight you've ever seen in your life. Classic Belal Muhammad. And following that, the old names of the division, the former three-time title challenger with no current UFC ranked wins, Colby Covington, and former pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, the second best welterweight of all time, Kamaru Usman, have both called for a title shot at Belal. Now, both of them have done something that, as a MMA fan, really annoys me. It annoys me because I see other former champs and former title challengers do the exact opposite thing when they want a chance at the title and they get rewarded for it. So, firstly, let's check out Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington's pleas for a UFC title.
We both, baby.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. You want the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman. Give me ample time to get in there at the end of the year, top of next year. I'll go in there and take my my welterweight strap back, 100%. But if you're talking to the man that's from the outside looking in to try to satisfy everybody, as the UFC, as the company, you're going to go, okay, I want to get Usman a fight to really show the fans that he's back, to show us that he's back and he deserves a chance to potentially go out there and get that title back. So in order to do that, give him, someone at the top, which could be Shavkat Rakhmonov, or it could be JDM.
I'd love to fight him. I hope that fight happens. I'll do whatever it takes to get to that.
How do you think a fight between you and Belal plays out?
I think it looks like how Vicente looked against him the first time they fought when he KO'd him, put him out cold. He's not going to take me down. He's not going to be able to put a wrestling game plan on me. His striking sucks. Look, he couldn't even finish Gilbert Burns when Gilbert was on one arm. What's he going to do to me, honestly? Yeah, I think it's a one and done type thing. He's obviously on the right steroids right now. He's doing the right cycles. So he had a one night lightning in a bottle type performance, and he's the supposed paper champ right now, but no one cares. He doesn't draw flies to shit, so he's going to do as he's told. And yeah, I think he will be one and done. I think I'll be fighting shit rat before the end of next year.
To me, this is one of those classic situations in life where if you had a team of people around you that were honest with you rather than a team of yes men, you'd probably get the correct advice, and that would lead towards getting what you want. Like, why does Colby Covington keep going on submission radio? It's because they rim him and laugh at his piss poor jokes any chance they get, when the rest of the MMA world has just completely moved on. Colby Covington could say the exact same thing if he just had his own YouTube channel and put out his own information. But because he likes to go on submission radio and hear them laugh at his jokes, he just keeps going back there, especially since they give him this nice big warm-up before he actually goes ahead and gets on with his diatribe. Now, what has annoyed me about this? Kamaru and Colby have both said that they want a title shot and they're willing to do what it takes to get there. Boys, I know you're not. I know you're not, because we have former champions and former title contenders that haven't said what you've said. Instead, they have shut up and gone out there and just done it. Max Holloway fought for that title 3 goddamn times against Alexander Volkanovski, and he kept fighting his way back up the rankings and putting away so many contenders, the UFC had to give him like a side quest and put away the Korean zombie just so they could take Ilia Topuria and duck and weave him to a title shot against Alexander Volkanovski. Robert Whittaker had the belt, lost the belt, worked his way back up to fight Israel Adesanya, got robbed. Now he's worked his way back up again to be the undeniable next in line if Sean Strickland wants to sit out. But even with Sean Strickland not sitting out, Rob is still right there. In fact, when you look at the way the UFC likes to do their marketing, Rob has a better chance at the title than Sean does right now. The UFC would like to see Sean get back in there one more time. I don't think he should. I think Sean Strickland should be fighting for the title right now. I think Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya should be fighting for the #1 title spot. But the point is, Robert Whittaker is right there. If the right circumstances are there and people are not available to fight for the title, the UFC have already said, we're happy to put Robert Whittaker in as a backup. What has Kamaru and Colby done? Colby has successfully ducked Ian Gary, a undefeated, I think 8-0, 7-0 young prospect. He's 2 spots away from him in the rankings, and Colby has made several videos outlining his plan to successfully duck Ian Gary, and has done so. Leon has now been called an inactive champion. Leon has spent this entire year getting bullied about his inactivity, while Colby has still been sitting on the sidelines. At least Leon has actually gone and lost his belt. That means he's fought for it since the Colby-Leon fight. And I'll get to Kamaru Usman, don't worry about that. But Colby Covington has got this excuse of, oh, my foot was broken, that's why I couldn't fight Ian Gary. Well, a foot injury doesn't take 12 months to heal, Colby. You could be booked in to fight Ian Gary now, as we speak. And if your foot was broken, how come you're making yourself available to be the backup fight for Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor on UFC 303, the same fight card that Ian Gary was on? And then you've got Kamaru Usman. Let's get to Kamaru Usman, okay? Kamaru, you are 37 years old. You fought, and unfortunately, you lost. I think that fight was a draw, but unfortunately, you lost. That was in October of last year. And now that Bilal has won, now you go on your podcast and you say you're ready to fight a contender. Where have you been since October of last year? Okay, so what? Now you're ready to fight a contender. So maybe you fight Shavkat at the end of this year, early next year. And if you're lucky, you get to fight for a title mid-2025, late 2025. What, when you're 38 years old with 2 bad knees? What are you talking about? Why have you not pulled a Max Holloway, a Robert Whittaker, a Justin Gaethje? Why are you not fighting an Ian Gary or a JDM? Or you know what? Fuck it. Just like Dustin Poirier did with BSD, why haven't you called out Sean Brady? Fought Sean Brady in July. Put yourself right there. You need some wins under you for when this belt comes along, and then you have the opportunity to just go and step in place. At 37 years old, at your last fight being in October, we're already looking at the fight cards for the end of the year, and now you want to sit down and say, I'm ready to fight anybody to get back in there. No, you're not, man. You're not. Because at your age, for you guys to start the conversation now for what you need to do to get that belt back, it's just too late. It's too late because it's more comfortable sitting around in that podcast studio with Henry Cejudo talking about the old times. And I completely understand why. But your title era has now come and gone. It is over. Kamaru Usman, you've aged out of the game. You've spent too long sitting next to Henry Cejudo, who also aged himself out of the game rather than protecting his legacy. And Colby Covington, just shut the fuck up, you ducking bitch-made pussy. Let me know what you guys think about it down there in the comments. Do you see Kamaru Usman ever being able to work his way back to the title at 37 years old with 2 busted knees? And Colby Covington, what do you want to see next for him? Do you want to see him at all in the cage again, or do you just wish that he would shut up and go away? Put it down there in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps grow the channel. If it's your first time here watching one of these videos, come and subscribe. I do live streams. I do try and do daily videos. We watch the fights together. We do live tier lists, so come and check all of that out. And until then, I'll catch you all in the next video.